Did you teach her this hair pulling tricks like you wine stopper for God's sake? Either my hair will going to come out. He hissed while the 7-month-old pulling his hairs with her small feet and making baby noises. And Jaco was trying to free himself, but he couldn't because he was afraid he might hurt his little angel. So he wasn't doing anything as his head was dug in couch. He couldn't even saw her. When I pull your hairs, huh? It's called self-defense. You make her pissed. That's why she is pouring her anger out. He said while Jungkook frowned, hearing her. He tried to lean his head up to look at his wife and ground when the little one tangled his hair in her fingers. Jungkook's hair was all messed. That made Ryan laugh. She somehow opened her daughter's fist and Jungkook sighed in relief. Self defense, I'm his father, that's not how it's worked. She will bleed your husband. He glared at his daughter as Vine took her in her arms, while she just flashed a wide smile and hid her face in Vine's crock, made both parents melted at her cuteness. You pissed her, Jungkook. She gets annoyed when you continued kissing her without any break. I also faced this yesterday, Jungkook chuckled, while Vine nodded. Wow, let me eat you, my angry bird, he said and started kissing Sarah again, all over her small face and nuzzled his face in her little tummy, made her tickle. She started laughing and wiggling in Vian's arm until he kissed on her chubby cheeks, and Sarah let out a scream and attacked on Vian instead of Jungkook, cause Vian was holding her. Yeah, Jungkook, you did this on purpose, right? I sleeve my hair, baby. Jungkook laughed, seeing the scene in front of him, while Van glared him. Are you helping me or not, Jungkook? I swear, I will leave her on your face when she pooped. Van warned him, made Jungkook's eyes instantly wide. He gently held Sarah from back, and Van freed her long, tangled hairs from Sarah's finger and gasped. I'm gonna kill you, Jungkook, she yelled, seeing some hairs that broke from pulling, while Jungkook started running with Sarah in his arms. That little one was giggling and screaming in excitement, while Jungkook was running to save his life from Ryan. Oof, I don't understand what to wear tomorrow. All these clothes are very beautiful and looking perfect on me. That's the problem. I'm not able to choose which one should I wear tomorrow. She signed looking at the outfit that she received from her designer and tried all of them one by one but couldn't select one for her because all were well designed. That was making her difficult to select one for tomorrow at Jungkook's success party for which they waited a lot from the day Sarah born. Because the new company he opened was whole Sarah's name, and he dreamed of this when she wasn't even born. The company, totally opposite of his profession, where he dealt dangerously as a mafia king. He didn't use his powers in this project, but he did everything honestly, just to be fair with his daughter. And now the company become number one in whole Seoul. Oh, thank God you come. Did Sarah sleep? She asked as soon as Jungkook entered in their bedroom. He nodded and walked near her. After closing the door behind, his eyes scanning his wife's figure. As he stopped near her, Vine immediately turned around, showing her royal blue dress she was wearing. How about this one? She asked while Jungkook looked at her head to toe before pulling her closer by her waist. Perfectly gorgeous after all, my wife wear this, he said while kissing kisses on her jawline to neck made her feel butterflies, her hand on his chest, clenching his shirt. Can't you just help me in choosing dress? You know how important it is, right? Vine said in slow voice as she was drowning in his touch. Jungkook hummed and looked at her. Don't blame on me, I can't help when my wife is so hot. Vine blushed and hit on his chest made Jungkook chuckle. Then he kissed on her forehead. Now stop your flirting and help me. Unzip this one so that I will show you other one. She turned her back towards him and he hissed, closing his eyes dramatically, seeing her back. Don't blame me for losing my control. Are you doing this intentionally to test my patience, huh? I won't care you roam around limping tomorrow. Van glared at him through the mirror while he giggled and helped her in unzip her dress. She then showed him all her dresses and he finally chose one for her after watching full free fashion show at home. Even it was hard for him to select as she was looking perfect in everything she wears. Are you happy now? No more stress, right? She nodded cutely and hugged him after sliding into the blanket while she kissed her temple, hugging her back. Your choice is always perfect, there is no doubt. Jungkook hummed in satisfaction. That's true, because I choose you. Jungkook winked at her. Then mine was also. She smiled proudly and pecked on his cheek before resting her head on his chest. Jungkook dimmed the lamps and started crazy her hairs. I love you, hubby. You are the best husband and father. I'm proud of you. She said her eyes were closed while Jungkook couldn't hold and pull her in a passionate kiss. I love you more, and thanks to you for bringing happiness in my life. First, I found happiness in your face when you came, and then in Sarah's face. You both mean the world for me. Thank you for making me feel the luckiest, Ryan. He kissed Ryan's head while she smiled before resting her head on his chest. Everything is because of you, and I'm glad I was destined to be yours only, she said and hugged him before the two fall asleep in each other's embrace while cuddling. She was feeling lucky as to have him. He made her when she was almost fed up of her life and decided to end her all suffering. Her foster parents showed their true color when they blessed with a child, and after that they abandoned Vian like she was nothing, like she wasn't with them for years. She was 19 when she went through a lot and faced hardest, cruelest realities of life. She stopped hoping for good time will come in her life, but then Jungkook came, a devil in an angel form. Just for her, he pulled her out from the deepest darkness, away from all the sorrows and pain. He brought her to the life where she only saw happiness, warmth, protection, and love. She craved for all her life, a person who unconditionally loved her, cared for her. Jungkook made her realize her worth in his life. She was the most important person in his life, and he always told her that because of her, he was the happiest man in the world. Princess, is that you? Oh my god, I'm scared. What if fairies took you away because you are looking exactly like them? He kneeled down in front of his daughter as Sarah was sitting on a rug and Van was taking pictures. He kissed on her head while Van raised her brow. I think I'm here too, Mr. Husband. You should compliment your wife too, she said, holding her waist while Jungkook scratched his neck awkwardly, and after placing Sarah in her crib, he walked near Vian, who was sulking at her husband as he ignored her. All credit goes to you only because she is your carbon copy. If she is cute and even she is a little devil, it's all she gets from her mother. He teased her, and a that glare from Vian. I am not talking to you. You are so bad. She looked away, folding her arms while pouting angrily. Junk chuckled and wrapped his arm around her waist from back. You look more beautiful in anger, and look, Sarah is watching us. What will she thought that her mother is no less than her? Princess, don't do this in future with your appa, okay? He said to Sarah, who did a little dance in her crib as she was standing in that. Vian laughed, seeing her, and freed herself from Jungkook, made him frown. You have rights to throw your tantrums and make sure your future husband will take care of it. She picked Sarah in her arms and smiled, while Jungkook looked at her, dumbfounded. What future husband? She is not going anywhere, and I will break bones if any boy approach my princess. Appa will take care of your tantrums, baby. Don't listen to your mother. Let's go, we are getting late, and I will buy you chocolates on the way. He took Sarah in his arms and walked out of the room, leaving Van in disbelief. She sighed and shook her head before following her husband, who was looking super adorable while holding Sarah. The party was held in Jungkook's other mansion as he was not taking any chance for any inconvenience. The place was in tight security and he was relaxed after checking everything himself and making sure everything is fine and safe. Every person allowed entry in his mansion have must the special pass with them, either the security will never going to let the person enter in the mansion. Why and where is Sarah? Tell Maria to stick with you all the time and tell her not to give Sarah to anyone. I don't trust anyone when it's come to you and my daughter, he said while looking for Maria, Sarah's nanny. And when he spotted her, he signaled her to come towards them while Vine signed and patted on his shoulder after fixing his collar. Don't Don't worry, I am taking care of this, Jungkook. Don't be so possessive. One day we have to send her to her husband's house. She said, and Jungkook looked at her weirdly. What's wrong? Why are you talking about this only? Don't talk about her marriage. She is only 7 months. Ryan, I will start crying. Jung said, and Ryan was sure if she continued this, teasing her, he will start crying. Oh God, don't start crying, Jungkook. You are too much, she said while Maria came there. Give Sarah to me and you eat something first until I am taking care of my daughter and wife, Jungkook said and took Sarah from Maria. As Maria rolled her eyes, made Maria smile. She bowed her head a little and walked away. Ryan looked at Jungkook. Well, it's better you took Sarah with you all the time so that the ladies here will understand that you are not available. Jungkook smirked when he heard Ryan was getting possessive. Baby, your mother was telling me not to be possessive and now she is doing the same. Are you jealous, my wifey? Jungkook asked with a smirk on his face while Ryan rolled her eyes, made him chuckle. Let them watch me from distance at least. Your husband is handsome after all, he said while Van looked at him with wide eyes. Jungkook chuckled and walked near the guests to meet them, while Van shot that glance to the ladies, who was checking out his men. Let me see you in my way, Mr. Husband. It's too long. I didn't do anything, she murmured as an evil idea popped up in her mind. She smirked, looking at Jungkook. Mr. Smith. Oh, nice to see you, Mrs. June. Really, you are very pretty. I just heard about you, but today I got a chance to see you in person. They were right when they said Mrs. June is pretty lady, he said when Ryan walked near Jungkook, while Jungkook's expression changed in serious one. Ryan smiled and about to shake hand with Mr. Smith when Jungkook handshake instead of Ryan made her smile secretly. She wasn't going to shake her hand with any man, but she internally did because she knows her husband will not let this happen. Nice to meet you too, Mr. Smith, he said and slid his hand on Ryan's wrist, while Maria took Sarah from Jungkook as Ryan signaled her from Jungkook's back. Now Jungkook was burning out of jealousy. Well, now I'm looking for a girl for myself. You are lucky, Mr. Jones, that you meet her before me. Jungkook clenched his jaws and tightened his grip on Ryan's waist to control his anger, while Ryan smiled, thinking how easily she got the chance as she removed his hand from her waist. Jungkook looked at her with dark eyes as she triggered him with her that move. He made face and followed her when Van moved towards other guests and he can't let other men look what's his. She was his only. He can stare at her with desires and he will pop out eyes if someone see her with those eyes. He tried to hold her waist again, but she again moved, and now she tested all his patience. He didn't think twice nor care for people and pulled her by her waist before kissed her hungrily. Her eyes were wide open at first, but then she wrapped her arm around his neck when she saw ladies stomping and their face become ugly. She smiled and kissed him back. It was totally unexpected for Ryan as she didn't thought he will react like this, but after seeing ladies' faces, she was happy and satisfied. Jungkook kissed her until she became breathless, and everyone got to know that the two belongs to each other only. Sarah baby, what do you want? A baby boy or a baby girl? Aish, I will be happy as long as I get chance to play with you and your siblings. She giggled after saying this to Sarah, who was busy in her chocolates.